Well, good morning, degenerates. Hope you're having a great day and I hope everything's going your way. You might notice in this next video that I'm a little bit cranky while I'm doing this. So I decided to do this video while I was live streaming, and well, I wasn't having the best of days. I was pretty sleep deprived and I'd just come off writing a 7-hour exam, so it wasn't the best. So just keep that piece of salt in mind. I was a little bit of a salty boy. But also let me know what you think. Let me know if you prefer that more off-the-cuff style of commentary when it comes to things like New World, or whether you prefer that I sit down, dig through everything in a lot of detail, and then come back to you, put it in a video. But you know, I figured I might as well just give this style a try, see if you like it, see if you're not. Hey, I'm still experimenting. But anyway, onto the video. On to what I was planning to do for today. Well, what I was planning to actually do the last stream was I wanted to take a look at some of the gameplay of New World. You see, IGN managed to get some exclusive gameplay of New World, and I wanted to see what it looked like. So I figured we'd take a look at that together. The game I'm most excited for right now, outside of Baldur's Gate and probably Cyberpunk. Now, I am planning to record this, put this up on YouTube. So, I mean, chat, if you want to say hi to YouTube, now's your chance. We've got a man who I would insult in the top corner because he's probably a journalist and he's going to play this game like he's a crack addict. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Somehow.
War mode is how we determine who owns a territory. So when one company owns a territory, another can declare.
I don't know if this is high HD graphics or we're just getting fucked over here by pixels.
As an attacker, your goal is to first capture the 3 points around the fort. Once those are captured, then
okay, so this looks pretty good.
And then go in and try to capture the flag.
So as a defender,
I mean, the graphical fidelity of it looks great.
So what we're going to try to do,
we've got cauldrons we can drop on people. That's good.
By setting up our own siege weaponry, which we set up through town projects and various
like,
other things.
Okay, so firstly, I quite like the UI. The UI is very neat and pretty, right? So that's a big plus. I just hope that it's not, you know, a shiny tinfoil wrapping in a really crappy game. I don't know, MMOs usually have a very bad launch and then get fixed up within like 3 or 4 months.
I hope we
so
can still continue to be friends after this.
We'll see.
All right, so this time we're on the attacking side. So you'll see once the gates open, now our job is to try to capture all 3 points to unlock the doors. So
all right, I
don't know. Tell me what you think,
so
Jarek.
Wherever you go, I will go
Sven.
with unless, and this is a very, bolded unless. If I see Nick and his dumb little face,
I'm a tanky boy.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go and follow my heart.
So what we want to do is defend the control points.
You're right about that, Jarek.
We'll
I don't see anything too unique, anything too special so far. But I wonder if that's purely because of the people playing the game,
Where are you at?
or because there's not enough in the game yet.
Structure. I see you. I'm dropping down.
What
we
the
go.
fuck? Okay, what was that? If I just go back here, right?
I have to hit E.
Look, I don't know if this is because of the recording software or because of what's going on, but it seems like the frame rate drops in the background. Just watch the background stuff. Like these dudes over here.
all right, don't be
And there, you see that?
point.
All right.
Okay, so I don't know if that's recording software, because it could very well be recording software. It could be frame rate drop because they're playing on shitty PCs, because these dudes are all playing from their houses. Dropped to 0.1 frames a second. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Are we going to be playing a PowerPoint slide here? Am I going to be playing a PowerPoint slide in the beta? God, I hope not.
So as we stay on the point, we'll start to capture.
Oh wow, there's a lot of them on top of B. We got to get in.
Okay, so there's a lot of shit going on here, right? Okay.
We're halfway there.
So here, okay, so this is magic. This is their magic system, right? So magic does like AoE shit. You can heal people with magic. You can do a lot of stuff with it. And it seems like if you've got these big fucking clumps of people and you have someone who's got magic, you'll just be able to destroy everyone with it.
Stay on point.
Definitely need our healers up front.
So I'm wondering how
Oh,
that's
B.
balanced.
All right, we got B. I'm going to tell the
There it is. Oh, Jesus. Did you see that? Well, I'm going to drop the speed, the playback speed, because I want you to see something here. Here it is. Here it is. Watch this dude back here, right? With the blue. This is worrying. And I don't know if this is because internet, it could be a number of things. This is the problem. Is this could be down to internet connection, it could be recording software, it could be the fact that this guy's using his home PC and not some office-built PC to test this out. It could be anything. But this is what's worrying. So watch this guy in particular. Do you see that movement? He just can't, he's fucking frozen in the air like, I don't know, like fucking Jean Grey from the X-Men, like, picked him up and froze him and slammed him back down. That's a bit worrying. I hope they fix that shit. Because people see that, they're not coming back.
Go for C now.
So that means they can go through our main gate, right?
Not yet. They need to take more.
But you see, now the frame rate's fine,
I'll
yeah.
meet you there.
Head towards C. Oh god, I'm getting hit. Leave me alone!
I'm gonna go to A since I don't see anyone there.
All right, I'm heading towards you. I only see a
Healing up.
small handful. There's still people fighting around that main control point. That's fine. It's fine. Let them do that.
Well, I keep missing my
Okay, so
second.
there's the healing. Is this dude with the staff is healing someone, and he's healing them directly. Now, the healing works in like a very interesting way from what I've seen and what I've heard from people. And what I've heard is it's actually a very balanced system. Like PvP is actually fun. But my worry is, so this is like an exposition of PvP in the game. But this is the only PvP that's in the game currently. And you can argue things like there's world PvP and stuff, but people need to toggle on for world PvP, which means it can all kind of be avoided. So, as far as I'm aware, they need more things like this. They need more battlegrounds. They need more things to fight over, especially for the PvP players. Or they need to tell the PvP players to just go fuck themselves and that this game isn't for PvP. The servers will never handle this low of a player count than what it is currently handling. That's actually also true, Jarek Dan. That is very worrying, come to think of it. Because if their servers are battling at this side and this is the alpha, then are they going to bring other servers online for the beta and for the actual release? Or are they just planning on having like a World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor where no one can log in ever?
Okay, same. I'll do that as well.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Jarek Dan. You'd be damn surprised. Journalists don't really actually give a fuck about the games. They give a fuck about writing a fancy article that makes them feel good inside. So not all of them have great PCs.
That's a quarter of the way.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever saw the
Okay, so you
journalist
can't build
playing the
directly to the
tutorial
circle,
of
you can build
Cuphead.
around it.
Fucker couldn't finish the tutorial. Okay, that's also a bit worrying. So this guy is firing at this motherfucker with a musket, right? Now, this is a little bit worrying. Do you see how little damage it did? So it might not be worth it to actually use a musket and
Mel,
just use
good,
like a
Mel.
handgun or something.
Their bowman's down.
I can't block forever.
Guns might not actually be worth it on launch then.
Oh, I got you. Oh, run.
I'm running.
All right, nice. I'm right behind you. You're safe.
Okay.
Drink a potion.
Okay, so he's drinking
more.
some potions there.
Let's head towards A.
That looks fine.
In front of you.
Oh, they got C, so everyone on A. All right, good. We took that down.
It looks very
right now.
visually
You need an
impressive,
auto
I've
run,
got to
just
say
hit
that.
equals.
I haven't
Don't
seen
be
Nick
tempted.
anywhere yet.
Yeah, unless we see
And
Nick.
it's very dynamic.
Pack up, B space.
You're probably right about that. Like, the musket will be something you whip out when you're
Nick!
just
Oh,
about to
Nick's
kill
killing
someone
me!
and they're running away.
Help me!
Where is he?
I don't want to die to Nick.
Wait, you didn't know it was delayed until August? Yeah, it's delayed until like the 25th of August. Yeah, they pushed it back because they weren't ready, but I think it's because they were trying to fix up a bunch of shit. And I'm hoping that by August, by the time they release it, I think they're aware that they're going to have a lot of problems when they release the game. Right? Oh, the beta's in July. The beta date is the 23rd of July. So it's going to be a mess, but hopefully it's a controllable mess. There's no MMO that launches that's not a controllable mess. Most of them are just absolute messes. That's just the MMO industry.
Drag him back over towards A.
Come on, Nick.
Okay, so we've got some just
Full life.
general fighting in PvP.
I'm getting wrecked.
Okay, what's
I'm
nice-
retreating.
Oh,
Okay, what's nice there is I noticed that it's very hard to swarm someone. So if you look over here, you've got like a bunch of guys trying to gangbang their friend here. and he can actually dodge out of the way
Oh, he's running.
Oh, you're running.
and
Where you
book it.
running from?
Going back.
That means that
right
you
there,
have a
right there.
chance of surviving
Down.
when it comes to gameplay.
That
Like
was-
when it comes to PvP.
Oh no.
They show them dying, but they don't show them coming back.
Retaliation.
All right, back in.
Okay, that's a nice little thing right there. Is
There you go.
hold on, right here. This.
Retaliation.
The fact that you can climb surfaces like that. That's really nice. That's nice because then you can jump up onto high ground and someone can chase you up onto high ground. You never feel like someone's clipped through a wall and they can't, you can't get to them. If your character can climb up surfaces, that means that, you know, there's a general advantage to getting on higher ground, but it's not like you can never reach them. Okay, so someone's using that turret
Oh shoot.
and they're doing a fucking horrible job at it. See, this is
Very close.
this is one of my problems, right? Is whenever these guys test it, IGN is very guilty of this. I think Kotaku's probably the worst. But there's a lot of games journalist people who are very fucking guilty of not being able to play the game properly that they're testing, right? And these guys are playing like absolute dipshits. They're ignoring the objective. They're not doing the point. They're just running around stabbing each other like headless fucking chickens, right? So it's very hard to judge the actual gameplay of this. It's a very good judge of what you can do in the game, like what abilities there are, how immersive it is, like you pointed out. But these guys are running around with their dicks cut off. They've got no coordination, so you can't judge the gameplay on that because they could just be some dipshits who've taken 2 seconds to look at this game.
All right, fade down.
Good. I need 4 more tokens to get another siege barrel. Once you get a barrel, see if you can get up close by those weapons up top.
Gotcha.
We need to take
yeah, I
those
should-
out.
Their movements
We
have
just
nice
shoot these,
telegraphing, so you
powder
have
kegs?
time to get out the way.
Yeah, once they're right next,
And
you
it's
can either shoot
definitely
them
your
or-
fault if you
or
don't.
ignite them, like walking up to and interacting with E, and then it'll set down a timer. If you shoot them, it's like instantaneous.
What?
Interact
So
with
powder keg.
and then it'll set down a timer. If you shoot them, it's like instantaneous.
If you shoot him, it's instantaneous. Then the
Use
thing's
limit.
timing down.
yeah, once they're right, you can.
Okay,
either
so
shoot
there he
them
drops the
or-
powder keg.
Or ignite them, like walking up to and interacting with E, and then it'll set down a timer. If you shoot them, it's like instantaneous.
If you shoot them, it's like
Use limit.
instantaneous.
There you
So
go.
technically, he didn't actually lie. Who the fuck is going to type in chat, wait, I reloaded your turret? Do you think that's automated? Oh shit, I didn't even notice that. I think that's an automated thing. I think that has to be an automated response, right? So they probably have, because there's classes in the game. What's up, Unlucky? How you doing? So you see there's classes in the game. So someone's probably an engineer. They're probably the ones reloading the turrets. That, or it's down to what's known as the battle token system. So the more people you kill in combat, the more people you kick the shit out of, the more battle tokens you get, which means when you run back to your fortress, you can then buy things like bombs and mines and turrets and ammo. So it might be linked to that as well. But this little thing in the corner here, I'm convinced that that's automated. I think you're right
powder
on that,
kegs?
Jack. Okay, so we got someone who's dropping magic and
that's
a
a
whole
lot of
bunch of fire on the ground, which is pretty cool. Oh, and
Oh,
he
I see
just
him.
got his ass kicked.
Oh, it's Nick. Go away. Come on.
Oh, he's retreating.
Leave me alone.
I'm gunning specifically for him right now.
What's nice to see is that there's a back and
14
forth.
minutes.
It's not just like a one-sided fight. It seems to be down to how you actually
Oh,
play
man,
the game.
he's not looking
And
so
you can
good
even
now.
see that from these guys who,
giving them
I don't
an
know,
edge.
at least from my experience, don't appear to know what they're
Alright, so
doing.
let's start from C. I see you. I'm coming to you.
Yeah. Help me get Simon Moore out of here.
Okay, so that guy's
Get to
dodging.
those supply generators.
Now that was actually pretty cool. Is if you look in this fight, when it comes to MC Hammer here,
C, I
you see this guy swinging his hammer, and I don't know who this guy is, but
see you. I'm
he
coming
starts dodging.
Yeah. Help me get Simon
He
Moore
blocks
out of here.
and he
All right,
dodges.
get to those
He
supply
gets the hell out the
generators.
way, and it actually works.
Oh yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
get back inside.
Move on to the gate.
So now we just.
I
have
like the
to-
fact that there's a way to avoid
damage on this
damage,
gate.
and that's mostly down
Yep,
to your
put
timing
damage
and
on
skill.
The gate, and once this is clear,
That's good to
next
see.
time around, I'll bring up a cannon and build one to help take it down quicker.
I don't want to keep complaining. This game obviously does some things right, like dodging, but nothing I've seen is memorable. Not the armor, not the weapons, not the spells, nothing. That's true, Jarek Dan. That's true. Nothing so far has stuck out. at least so keep in mind this is from a PvP perspective, right? So the PvP, I have to say, it seems very limited. It's in a very limited state. And so I have to kind of agree with you that nothing that these guys are doing pops out as like really fascinating or really unique. And that might be because these guys are playing like dipshits, and so they've chosen the wrong abilities, or they've chosen the things that don't actually stick out. Or it might be that it's just not in the game yet. Complain as much as you need to. You complain as much as you can about every game, because when you do that, good devs will listen to the constructive criticism that actually matters, and bad devs will find excuses for it. So this is why I was planning to get the beta in the first place, because if I play it for a month and it's just a bad game and it doesn't do well, and it's got no, it's got no how do I say this? If it's got no potential, then I figure I've done a good job. At least I can warn people, listen, don't buy this game. It's not worthwhile. The devs aren't listening, blah, 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 right? If the game is crappy, it doesn't destroy my prospects, but I am interested to see what they have in the game by the time the beta releases compared to what we're seeing here now. Because this footage is probably a month or two old by now, even though it's just been released.
And also with your tokens, buy some Inferno traps.
Okay, so there's your
Yes, I do. All right.
Good call.
there's your kind of shops.
Set
You
up
can buy your
Inferno
potions.
traps
You can
next to,
buy
like, the
mines.
entrances.
Knock, knock,
with you.
knock.
They're all just trying. Oh my gosh, the side of our castle has so many inferno traps. I love it. I gotta add one more just for posterity.
Okay, so those are the mines that they're dropping there.
Does this have ammo? Yeah.
This is a
Burning
burning
oil, here we
oil
go.
vat.
Yeah! Oh no! Good shot!
Oh, there's Mitchell. Oh, I killed Mitchell. I sniped him.
Okay, so the turrets work well. What I like is this, right? Is if you look at the way this turret works, it's an actual projectile that leaves the gun and hits him. So if this guy, Jurassic Rabbit, was fast enough or saw it coming, he could probably get out the way. How the fuck does a loading screen tie into what's essentially an open world siege of your fort? What happens to your fort in the open world then while the siege is occurring? Is it copied? Is it instanced? Can people not access it while the siege is going on? But this loading screen has me worried that it's cutting pieces of the game off from other parts of the game. So I'm curious to see
Where do we
what
go
that
wrong?
means, that loading screen.
In
Lay
many
it into
many
me.
different places. What I'd like
Jesus,
to
their
to
microphone
focus
quality
on,
is worse
though,
than
is
mine.
the number of times we killed Advent Nick. That was a positive.
You
Okay,
know
so
what?
there's a look at our map, right? Or at least part of the map. Apparently this game is, on launch, the size of the world is about as large as Skyrim. And they're looking to have 1,000 players maximum in a server, right? So each server only has 1,000 people in it. So that seems like a good balance. I hope they increase that number as they increase the map size. But that seems like a good way to make sure that at least not too many things are going wrong on launch.
I've completely changed everything that I did last time. I'm going for a melee class this time. I got a hammer. I got a sword. We're on.
Oh, you see, okay, there you go. Listen to what he says there. This is how you can tell that this is why you're not going to see anything flashy in the gameplay or the abilities, is what he says right here.
We've changed a couple things up. We got smoked that first round. I've completely changed everything that I did last time. I'm going for a melee class this time. I got a hammer. I got a sword.
I'm going for a melee class. I've got a hammer. I've got a sword. So these guys are supposedly looking at the kind of gear that's somewhere near max level, right? They just fucking switch out everything. Of course they're not going to know what the fuck they're doing. There are proper creators who've been playing this game for like maybe, based on the numbers I've seen, there are people who are in this, who are creators, who are YouTubers, who are streamers, and they've been playing this game for over 900 hours. Why the fuck did they not give this to one of them? I didn't even pick up on that, Jarek, and you're right. Jesus. What's your build? What's your specialization? I've got this hammer. Fuck me. Oh. Oh, well, there you go. There's an explanation as to why you're not going to see anything fantastic when it comes to the fights. These guys have no fucking idea what they're doing. I'm not sure what specializing is. And this game is built around specializations and like skill trees and shit like that in the background. These guys have no fucking idea.
We're on offense. What else do you think we can do to try and shift the tide in our favor and at least tie it up?
Know how to play the
I
game.
think
That's
this
how you
time
can
we're
shift
just
the
gonna
tide in your
stand on
favor.
that point, and anyone that enters the circle.
What I'm noticing here is there's no variety in the armor, except for when the world is common San Diego here in the front. And this confirms just looking at these numbers here. These are all level 60, so these guys are at max level. These are probably just standard normal created characters, so you're not going to see any variation here, so you can't judge the armor sets, which is really fucking disappointing. Everyone looks the same, probably because, well, they've just generated all these characters for them. How sad is that max level axe on the bottom left screen? Oh buddy. Oh god, you see, this is why I need you here, Jackson. Oh Jesus. That better not be high level equipment. This is the thing as well. This is why there are so many levels in any MMO you play, right? Because as you play the game, you're supposed to find the skill set you like, and then you're supposed to advance on it. You're supposed to get better. And you get more skilled, and you can do some fantastic shit that no one else can do because you've specialized and you've trained and you've done these things for so many like iterations that you're just better than everyone else. These guys are just picking up random ass characters. They're not going to know how to play these fucking things. Fuck, I don't know why it's making me so mad. It's probably because someone deserving of this, doesn't have to be me, but someone deserving, like an actual content creator should be where they are right now.
Getting on the point, getting on there.
We need a lot of people.
Okay, so now they're on the point here.
Oh, we almost have it.
Okay, so that's good to see as well, right? So he came in here. He saw it was a
We need a
clusterfuck.
lot of people on.
He swung, and you see he hit more than one person. I'm assuming red is the damage he's taking, and white is the damage he's dealing.
Yeah, let's do it.
If they're going to C, then let's go A.
A is looking rough, but I don't think.
Okay, so we've got so
Yeah, I think
normal capture
Just
points.
stay
This
here.
guy here who was doing that
Nice.
fantastic
Alright,
circle seems
just
to
to
be
see now.
healing.
Canizia, why don't you come into my circle?
That
Ooh, got a
god
headshot
damn
there.
it.
Oh,
That
man,
background
that's
frame
already.
stuttering thing is really concerning.
Oh.
Looking here at the way this guy swings, right? That's how much damage you do, which is not a lot of damage.
Try to take C.
But then when he dodges out the way, look at his stamina bar above that. Look how much of his stamina
Oh,
can try to
man.
disappears. So he lost 2/3 of his stamina bar dodging twice, which probably means you lose a hell of a lot of stamina when you're attacking as well. So it doesn't seem like you would actually be able to rush someone down. So one-shotting is not going to be a thing in this game.
Ah, no, he's got me now. I can't let that happen.
You can still be revived, so you get knocked out. You can either give up and, I'm guessing, respawn somewhere, or you can be revived by one of your teammates. I'm not sure how good it would be to revive. I guess it depends on how far from an objective you are.
What's like the good combo that you guys mentioned earlier? Is like.
Listen to this guy. This motherfucker is like, what's the good combo? I have sword and hammer. What's the good combo? They have no idea what they're doing. Wait. Okay. That's good to see. So, someone's on a cannon. They're doing something important. They're not paying attention to their surroundings.
He's on a cannon.
He gets his ass thrown off the cannon.
Oh, how
You
poetic!
defended
that
your
was.
territory. Okay, so everything's
You
made
win one,
very
you
clear
lose
here.
one.
All right, guys. Well, that is War Mode in New World. Nick,
So that was just war mode. This whole thing was just war mode. This is just one event, one thing that happens in this game. A lot of concerns, especially mostly with the frame rate, actually. What's annoying is you can't judge the gameplay. You can't actually judge the gear because the dudes... This is like if you were in World of Warcraft and you were like, alright, well, I guess I guess I've been given this level 120. They say it's a mage? If I push this button, he shoots a spell? Like, no. No. By that level, you should know what the fuck you're doing. I think there's a lot they need to fix. I do see potential. And the fact that this is only one small aspect of the game, instead of the whole game, is good. If you don't want to take part in this, you don't have to. Now, the one worrying thing I think I have about this is the RNG section of this. When you're defending your fort, the RNG is like it randomly picks a fucking vanguard, and it randomly picks 40 players, and they can just sit there and do nothing and like watch your fort fail because, well, you've only got 10 people on your side versus an army of 50. I'm also interested to see how they handle things like people disconnecting from the game, people leaving the game during these very important moments. I think they need to change something there. I think maybe randomly select 20 or 15 players, but you've got to have the majority of people on your side and willing to fight instead of just stand there with their dicks in their hands, or everyone is going to avoid the system as much as possible. People are going to be striking cross-faction deals to get rid of people in certain settlements so that, it's very easy to not, to get a hold of a territory. Because if let's say you mob an area with a bunch of people from a different faction, there's a siege that's about to start. They randomly select 40 players. The large majority of those players, if they've struck a deal with the attacking faction, they're just going to sit there and do nothing, as long as they've got a higher probability of being chosen for that siege. But okay, I just wanted to take a look at that gameplay. A few things to worry about. A few things I like. They chose the wrong people to expose this game. They should have been choosing people who actually played this game, instead of just some random ass dude. Well, a random ass group of dudes from IGN who have no idea what they're doing. Let me put it into perspective here. This is what you get when you trust games journalists. They gave this fucking thing a 95. They gave this motherfucking thing a 95. People gave it a 4. Now, to be honest, this score happened because this score happened. The truth behind this is this game, from what I've seen, is probably about... It's like a 4 out of 10. But this is why you cannot trust journalists. This is why games journalists are not worthwhile, and why it's fucking stupid to use them. I'm going to be switching over to some Dark Souls now. And for the YouTube video, hope you enjoyed watching. Hope you have a great day. Hope everything goes your way. It's time that you buggered off and I played some Dark Souls on stream now, damn it.